Colorado University sends three-word message to Travis Hunter upon graduation, days after GPA reveal. Travis Hunter's tryst with etching himself into the annals of college football is complete, both figuratively, through the Heisman Trophy, and literally, through his number 12 jersey hanging in the proverbial rafters up in Colorado. But as he makes his ascension to the NFL, Hunter still has some unfinished business in Boulder. The last month or so has been an extended success party of Travis Hunter receiving his flowers, reaping the rewards of the seeds he sowed. The aforementioned jersey retirement, the NFL draft, and even a feature story in Sports Illustrated. Well, the reciprocation of all the effort he put in over his collegiate life hasn't ended just yet. He's back on campus, likely for the last time in a while, getting his dues for what he did off the gridiron, in the classroom. Switch on the broadcast every Saturday, and it's easy to forget the players inflicting pain on one another as students. Very gifted and very chiseled students, but students after all. Programs and coaches take a ton of pride in how they're able to balance athletic success with academic success. Deion Sanders and CU aren't any different, with Coach Prime gloating about how his class of 25 has conjured a record cumulative GPA in a recent press conference. This, in tandem with their building eminence on the field, epitomizes how Colorado is headed skyward. It sure helps when you've got Travis Hunter raising the tide, though. This two-way unicorns dichotomy isn't merely limited to offense and defense. That footballing prowess and his GPA combine to form another dual threat. Travis Hunter was in Boulder on Thursday, May 8th, attending his graduation ceremony alongside his peers. Colorado football's handle posted a self-recorded video of Hunter and three other players over on IG, namely defensive lineman Amari McNeil and Samuel Okunlola, alongside linebacker Jeremiah Brown. In the IG post, Hunter is smiling ear to ear as he says, "What's up, Buff Nation? It's your boy Trav. The boys out here graduating, man." A short yet resounding three-word caption from the Buffs read, "Got that degree." All the trials and tribulations these players contend with athletically while maintaining the requisite levels in the classroom, finally bearing fruit. This begs the question, how does Travis Hunter's GPA ultimately read? The final number reflecting his exact academic acumen is up in the air. Travis Hunter's GPA is reportedly 3.798. Well, it's certainly somewhere in the ballpark of between 3.7 and 3.9, as he self-proclaimed very recently. Alas, it should become conspicuous to the public in due course. For now, Hunter can bring this chapter of his life to a close and move on to his professional footballing escapades, which begins almost immediately. Travis Hunter has no time to bask in the glory. We're very much in the depths of the football offseason. Fall's a long way away, so the conclusion of the NFL draft means Travis Hunter's in a bit of a state of flux. There's a while before he makes his debut in the Sunday game. He's been afforded some downtime to settle into his new surroundings in his native Florida. But there's still no standing on ceremony. The Jacksonville Jaguars, Travis Hunter's new stomping grounds, begin their rookie minicamp on May 9th. That's less than a 24-hour turnaround between him being in Boulder and being in Duval County. Friday, Travis Hunter will hit Jacksonville, where he'll have rookie minicamp. And Saturday, fans are invited to show up and see the number 2 overall pick on the field, reports NFL Network's Cameron Wolfe. The grind just doesn't stop for Travis Hunter. But knowing him and the psyche he projects to the masses, he's probably reveling in the proposition of this quick turnaround and busy schedule. Deiondra Sanders doubles down on father's cryptic message targeting Jacquees after Coach Prime publicly snubs her fiancé. Deiondra Sanders is walking on eggshells in her love life. Coach Prime's one and only daughter has recently tasted motherhood with her longtime fiancé, Jacquees. But the road has been far from a cakewalk. She endured the risk of a miscarriage with multiple surgeries and many other pregnancy hiccups throughout the journey. However, the first glimpse of her baby boy healed all the pain right away. But that's not just it. Deiondra's battle has been more mental than physical. She dealt with the worst postpartum phase while experiencing a lot of unnecessary guilt and a subtle burden of motherhood. But the lady, staying true to her savage Coach Prime genes, didn't ever hold back, and neither did her dad. Deion Sanders is a great coach and an even greater father to his kids. A truth that's an open book secret to all. Deion, coming from humble beginnings, accumulated immense wealth, name, and fame to give his family a palatial life. But to date, his last name has had an extreme ripple effect. Haters targeted him and his family for nothing. Possibly, his kids inherited that not-so-pleasant fate from their dad as well. Shiloh and Sanders have garnered unbridled flack amidst the NFL draft buzz for their attitude. The Colorado QB, Shedeur Sanders, suffered a late-round selection during the draft following a tumultuous combine impression. Deiondra, on the other hand, felt the heat of her esteemed yet controversial family lineage in other areas of her life. Coach Prime's daughter's relationship drama with Jacquees has become a juicy trend on the internet. She publicly called her man out for getting close indecently to his musical collaborator, Deion, hinting that she wasn't allowed to get into their place during the work. While Deiondra didn't accuse the rapper of unfaithfulness, she disapproved of his behavior, given that it broke her heart like anything. It's not just her partner who's causing the mental turmoil, but rather its high family who's rubbing the salt. Deion Sanders has been the silent observer of it all. He didn't directly break silence on the issue, but his cryptic social media messages did. "You survived betrayal, character assassination attempts, snakes in the grass, and fake friends." The Buffs coach lifted his girl's spirit through an IG story. "The Most High has a plan." Deiondra has quite got her father's dig at her fiancé and his family, and shared the same in her feed. After the strains in their relationship loomed large, Jacquees' family wanted to see baby Snow overnight, and that too without the presence of his mom. Deiondra asked them to go out somewhere together with the kids, but they wanted his custody right there. A mom's instinct has gone crazy to protect his son from those who didn't want his mom. The situation took a violent turn and ultimately got nowhere. Deiondra promised that he couldn't let Snow go separately interact with any aggressive relatives until he starts to talk and give his own opinion. She will definitely stick to her words. But meanwhile, she doesn't end the relationship either. It's in God's hands. We're trying to figure it out. Deiondra couldn't make a firm decision yet, but she can anytime give the continuous passive push from her biggest all-wisher, the all-time superhero, Dad Sanders. Deion Sanders continues to express disdain over his daughter's choice of men. Coach Prime bears anything but his kids suffering on and beyond the field. Be it ensuring a hustle-free NFL ride for Shiloh and Shedeur, to ensuring a good, fulfilling love life for his princess, Deion gave it all and never felt tired. Just a couple of days back, Sanders issued another anonymous message for her daughter and her chaotic romantic affair. He wrote, "Ladies, please, marry a man who's emotionally intelligent. A man who fixes the issue instead of acting nonchalantly. A man who knows how to communicate so that you can freely express your feelings. A man who shows the same level of respect during disagreements. A man who holds a safe place for you." It's not the first time Sanders has asked his daughter to be aware of the man she's dating. Long before the difference arose, Deiondra revealed that her pop was in a dilemma about her relationship with Jacquees. Although she didn't specify exactly what didn't sit well with Deion, after all the fights and trauma, Deiondra came to the same page with her dad. In a recent interview, she said that her dad was right all along. However, Jacquees, on the other hand, tries to mend the bridges with some easy gestures. On Coach Prime's latest post on his Mother's Day tribute for Connie Sanders, Deiondra's beau came up and wrote some big words on their iconic bond. "Super hard. Can't ever replace her." The singer-composer might have attempted to melt Coach Prime after all the messes, but he clearly couldn't succeed. Deion didn't post a reply to his comment or even like it for the sake of public acknowledgement. The covert air of the familial heat is getting intense day by day. Hang on with some popcorn to munch.